Hello. We're live now. Hello, everyone. Hope everyone's having a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, depending where you are. We're doing this again. And this is the last one, actually. This is the last Code Realize stream. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. So, this is gonna be the last time we have to introduce ourselves with the Code Realize characters. So let's make it the best, I guess. So my name is Nur. I voice aidrac, and I do most of the narration.
My name is Tenten, and I voice Lupin.
Delacroix.
And
Assailant in London. When needed.
When needed.
Oh, okay. I'm Alex, and I voice Impy, Finis, the Queen, and Omnibus.
My name is Moji, and I will be voicing Victor Frankenstein, Cece the dog, Nemo, and Alistair.
And I'm Matcha, and I voice Van Helsing, Lionheart, and Saint Germain, the one that just doesn't know. Wouldn't understand.
Never understand.
Ever.
Yeah. I think the funniest thing about all of us introducing our characters is that half of these people we'll never see again.
Nope.
Yeah. Oh,
That is...
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, I can't believe...
right.
Can't forget him.
Yeah.
we haven't
can't
seen him
forget-
in fucking hours.
We haven't seen him in weeks, but we
been
can't
weeks.
forget him. It's been weeks, but
I'm
we
sure I'll show up again.
Oh, there he is.
just scuttling in behind
I
Saint
like
Germain.
the glossary we have of.
Yeah, he should.
Oh.
Yeah, past Saint Germain. But yeah.
Scotland Yard.
Guys, do you know what Scotland Yard is? Like, I can, like, do you need to know this?
Yeah, can you review this a little bit for us?
Okay, okay. Scotland Yard, it's the headquarters for the London police. Follow me here? Do we need to
Yeah.
Okay. They fight crime every day, but cannot make as much progress against it as they like.
Oh, what
Oh.
a shame. What a shame.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that like objective or like?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
How
listen,
half of
it's
these are fucking worthless.
no, come on, like we got Scott McCauley.
I am Scott of Macallie Yard. Hello.
I mean, he's a man with a strange career. What else do you need to know about him, Tenten?
Obviously.
Yeah.
God.
He's a man with a strange career. I mean, we also have Cece, a dog.
How much is it in the window?
Huh?
The one with the waggly tail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, a dog is a thing with 4 legs. This dog has a mechanical leg. So that kind of throws things off a little bit. And it's like a short corgi, which is a dog with short legs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Thanks.
All right.
I wasn't really sure about that one, so.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
the
of
one
course.
that one thing was known for back in the day.
The one thing? You mean the fucking queen? The one who just died?
Yes, the very
Oh.
same thing.
The one we murdered with the airship.
Yeah, the one we murdered,
Yeah.
The one
like,
that
several weeks ago.
they commemorated the spot that is known as the spot of red all over London.
Oh my god. Do you guys need anything else?
I think I'm okay.
Okay, or
What about Sky Pirates, though?
Okay, yeah, you know what? Yeah.
okay,
They
okay.
include Leopard.
Okay, Sky Pirates is a group of hooligans from Final Fantasy XIV featuring Leoford, the captain of the Red Bills.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, hooligans.
Yeah, a bunch of hooligans, all in all.
Ugh.
Love a good hooligan.
We love hooligans here. But
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I guess I should define our fucking summary, because it's gonna be the last one. Alright. So, last time I could realize, we learned that Saint Germain is actually a member of the Mysterious Apostles of Idea, an organization that has guided humanity for centuries. They tasked him with destroying all evidence of Isaac Beckford's weird experiments, including aidrac. During this, we met Omnibus, the leader of the organization, and Guinevere, who is another apostle and the mysterious assailant. After learning Saint E.G.'s tragic backstory involving the Black Plague, we met back up with him, and turns out he isn't yandere at all. In fact, he's going to murder all the other apostles to keep aidrac alive. It was really hard to keep that short. But yeah.
Good work.
Thanks. Anyway, we're getting into the finale. It's going to be the last fucking one. So let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In a corner of a forest with the sunlight pouring out through the leaves, the sound of a bird song can be heard. There's a peaceful sound rustling leaves. A comfortable wind causes the trees to sway. Amid this fairy tale-esque scene, there stands a small wooden house, quietly secluded from anywhere else. In this place that seems like it had been left behind in time, Omnibus sits in her wheelchair as she does every day.
Oh.
The sound of clashing metal footsteps reaches her ears. Omnibus lazily raises her eyes at the sound, which seems so unfitting here. One of the Idea Apostles stand before her. It's the tragic queen in her massive suit of armor, Guinevere.
Come home, Guinevere. Sorry to call on you so suddenly.
I would need to come to you whenever you are in need.
Oh.
The bait and switch is you always thought of the helmet making that.
Yeah, just how she sounds.
Your voice is lovely as always. What can I do for you today, dear?
Oh wait. That was Guinevere.
My bad. Anyway. Sorry, let me answer myself. 2 apostles have been killed. I'm a little senile.
Assailant.
That's all it takes for the two of them to understand what happened.
Is Saint Germain serious? Is he seriously trying to rebel against IKEA, against you?
Sure that he's serious. I've already taken away his immortality. He will have some lingering powers for a while, but they should be growing weaker by the day.
Which means he doesn't have much time left.
Guinevere lowers her beautiful face and whispers as if something is bothering her.
What a fool.
He is a fool, to be sure, but he means to defeat us all, even at the cost of his own life. The 12 apostles of Idea and myself, all on his own.
I'll admit that his abilities are among the top 3 of the apostles. I'm number 1.
Whoa.
But even with his strength, it would be impossible to defeat us all. It's ridiculous.
Guinevere lets out a small sigh in reaction to these reckless actions of her former comrade, 2 levels below her. Omnibus, however, merely looks up at the sky with a quiet expression.
Wouldn't say that it's completely impossible.
What do you mean?
For the first time since he became an apostle, he's fighting for himself. He is not on a mission for some nameless, faceless entity. He's fighting for himself, and for the one he loves. I'm sure he's desperate. His desperation may even match yours, my strongest apostle, number 1.
I know better than anyone else the strength of fighting for a loved one can give you. And that at times, it can lead to tragedy.
Guinevere shuts her eyes tightly and clenches her hands into fists. Then she grasps the grips of her huge sword with a clang and turns around.
There is no greater misfortune than to love someone that you shouldn't. I shall count down Saint E.G.'s mistake.
Oh no, not Saint TG.
No, Saint G.
Oh no.
Gonna drop some new beats.
Yo,
before
does
I
that
die.
mean that she's gay?
Yo, but she is she?
Yo,
But, like, is she?
The lesbians, Harold.
What is this? Wait, is this from Guinevere's point of view?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Or is it? It's either her or Saint G.
I
We'll
mean,
find
we
out
already.
either at the
Maybe, or
beginning
maybe
or
not.
at the end.
I mean,
I'll just. In
Okay.
the past, I committed a crime. Okay, oh, I think it is.
yeah, this is.
Mm-hmm.
This
I
is
wasn't able to love the one I was meant to love, and loved another who I was forbidden from loving.
oh, she is gay.
That was my crime. My name is Guinevere. I was the wife of King Arthur, who led the Knights of the Round Table and is hailed as a hero in the legends of Britannia. My husband was a great king, worthy of his title of hero, who is celebrated as the greatest of leaders, an ideal king. Of course, as an ideal king's wife, I was expected to be the ideal queen. I never once considered it a burden. I had to support him, standing by his side as he ruled the nation, living alongside him for as long as we both lived. I stayed with Arthur, believing that would be my life. However, thinking back, perhaps the emotion that I felt for him was not love. Arthur was too perfect and noble to be engaged in ordinary romantic relationship. I think what I felt towards him was not love, but respect and adoration. And that's why I was foolishly attracted to a man who was not my husband. One of the Knights of the Round Table, the man most loyal to the king, Sir Lancelot, the Knight of the Lake. I fell in love with him. And unfortunately, his heart was drawn to mine as well. I love our deviation was what brought about the war and split the land of the Round Table. Ultimately, our love, it destroyed the nation. In the ensuing war, I lost the husband that I should have loved, Arthur. And the man I did love, Lancelot, became a target of many people. And in that same sense, Saint Germain and I are similar. We both failed to accomplish something that we should have, and lost so much as a result of it. Maybe that's why we were destined to meet. I had thrown myself off a cliff, out of the guilt over the crime I had committed. The man appeared before me as I lay dying.
Sorry, I don't know what that means.
That's the usual term. You find it in most glossaries.
Okay.
What is this supposed to be?
Omnibus?
I mean, he said it was a man. It's probably Saint TG.
Oh! Would you like me to save you?
He wouldn't tell me his name. When I asked, he laughed, saying that names have little meaning.
If you... Wait, is it...
That's
Oh,
still you.
If you need something to call me, I suppose you could say I am a messenger of fate.
Fate. Are you an angel? Or the devil?
I'm cute.
Whoa.
I am human. Sadly, merely a man. Queen Guinevere, you have been selected by Omnibus to become a member of an idea. To be a vessel containing the curse of immortality.
Immortality. I had no interest in such things. My husband was dead, my nation in ruins, and Lancelot had left me. What was the point in living in such a world? I am tired of it all. I just want to die. The man doesn't seem surprised at all, and nods in response.
How do these terms sound to you? If you agree to devote yourself to the goal of leading people throughout history for all time, you shall be granted one wish.
Assailant. I have no interest in eternal life. If I get one wish, I wish for the restoration of honor to the knight who lost his for my sake. Lancelot committed no crime. It is not a crime to love the wife of your master. If any blame is to be cast, then it should have been on me for responding to that love. That is how I came to be an apostle of Idea. Omnibus's goal is to lead humanity down the correct path of history. I believe that this would be the atonement for having stepped off the path of righteousness. I was given the curse of immortality, and a cursed item to bring out my strength. A cursed suit of armor, which is only ironic after what I did to destroy the Knights of the Round Table. Wherein this, I continue to carry out omnibus missions as a member of Idea. When I am engaged on a mission for the sake of history, this is the only time my heart is relieved of the guilt that burns me so.
Ellipses. I guess it's still Guinevere.
Yeah, it is. There's no use thinking about the past now. I'll never get back what I have lost. I can never make another mistake again. Isaac's cursed daughter, aidrac. I'm reminded of when Saint Germain fought me in that subterranean hallway. He tried to protect her, and she, in turn, had tried to protect him. For some reason, my sword hesitated. Why? Assailant. I shake my head to clear the memory from my mind. Whenever humanity deviates from its intended path, the result is always a great disaster. My task is to kill that girl, who could potentially be the key to another such calamity. Even if the girl herself is innocent of any crime. He should be here soon. The sound of approaching footsteps stops. I look towards the sound and smile at the figure before me. You're late. I've been waiting a while. The man standing there is none other than the very one who led me to Idea. A great criminal and supreme traitor, who has already slaughtered 4 of the apostles. Sainty G.
That's...
Oh, okay, I guess this is from Saint Germain's point of view.
She stands there in the forest as if she had been waiting for me all this time. The strongest of the 13 apostles that made up the forces of Idea. The tragic queen, Guinevere.
Number 1, baby. I've been told you've already killed 4 other apostles before arriving here.
Yes, it was a necessity.
I'm amazed. So many apostles in only a few days. How many thousands of lives have you taken with that sword?
You must be joking. They were already dead, just like us. Life was something they never had.
Yes, that's right. Our lives ended long ago. Don't you find it funny that the dead guide the living through history?
I was hoping to catch her off guard, but she is looking right at me.
And is it my turn now?
Yes, you are far stronger than any of the other apostles. Which means, as long as I can defeat you, she won't be in as much danger anymore. That's why I must defeat you, before this broken body of mine ceases functioning. I smile lightly and step forward, but Guinevere's narrows her eyes. Yes.
Are you aware of what you're doing right now? And if you go in and kill all the apostles, there will be no escaping death for you. You won't even have time to celebrate your victory.
True enough. This victory was never meant for me anyway. And for we apostles of the idea, death is a welcome deliverance, is it not?
You're right. It is.
We smile at each other, sardonically. Smile.
Smile.
We laugh bitterly for a moment, the hollow laughter of two immortals. Then Guinevere shakes her head as a mage.
I can't believe that you, the most loyal of them all, have tainted your hands with a betrayal as severe as this.
The only difference is, I'm not fighting for the world's future, but for hers.
You've changed.
Perhaps. I smile at Guinevere. She looks at me, expressionless.
Loving someone you shouldn't only brings about misfortune.
It's not up to you to decide whether I should love her or not.
Assailant.
Was my response unsatisfactory?
No, I just envy you. I envy you for being able to change.
She slowly puts her helmet on, as if doing so would shield her from her own emotions. I can clearly tell that her entire body is charged with power.
Aren't you exhausted from your battles with the other apostles? Saint Germain, how many more lives do you have left?
Who knows? Why don't you see for yourself? Although I will kill you before you can find out.
It seems we have a long battle ahead of us.
With those words, they both take up. Oh wait, blah, blah, blah. Is that aidrac?
I think it's just neutral. But with those words, they both take up their weapons with the full intention of battling to the death. And a protracted fight begins.
I got my protractor ready.
Whoa!
Thanks for
Math.
the triple
So,
point of view change.
yeah. It's not obvious at all. Several days before this battle began. Ellipses. After my encounter with Saint Germain at the Tower Bridge, I still can't move after being drugged, so I lean against the handrail of the bridge. I really am in it this time, guys. All I can do is watch in frustration as the sun rises. By the time I'm finally able to move again, the sun has already pulled itself up from the horizon. Morning has arrived. Saint Germain, where are you? I run through the street where people have begun to emerge and call his name. People give me odd looks, but I don't care. Where are you? I cling to a sliver of hope that Saint Germain may be nearby, and I run, calling out to him until I'm hoarse. But really, I know more than anyone he wouldn't be here. Saint Germain. My legs get tired and my voice weakens and trails off. Saint Germain is gone. He left me and went to fight off alone. Why? He said that my smile was what made me happy. He said he would give his life to protect it. But giving your life won't make me happy at all. There's no way I can smile when you're not here. I fall to my knees and begin to sob. What can I possibly do to save him? After a while, I stagger back to where we are staying, where Lupin and the others welcome me, but are surprised that I'd had left. It seems they'd just realized that I was missing, and were just about to go out into the city to look for me. They all seem relieved to see me in one piece, but they are a bit upset that I took action alone. Just a little.
It's been a while. Who knew you were this... Oh wait, who knew you were this stupid? I thought you would have learned your lesson about going off on your own. And now this.
You know me. I'm sorry.
Barely know you.
I'm sure you had a good reason for it. Either way, can you tell us what happened?
I nod and begin to tell them the one thing at a time. I told them about Omnibus and how she spoke to me about the organization called IDEA. I told them about Saint E.G.'s true identity. It was no coincidence that all of us had been brought together, and that the Count had set us up so we would meet.
What? Saint E.G. planned for us all to meet? No way.
That actually makes sense to me.
Oh.
This century's greatest, a war hero, a genius engineer, the heir to the vampire throne, and most of all, Isaac Beckford's daughter, the carrier of the... There's no way this group would come together naturally. It's all too outlandish to be a coincidence.
It all makes sense when you think that the Count was pulling the strings all along, I suppose.
I nod at Van Helsing's words, and Victor asked me to continue my story. Omnibus told me that if I had to go to Tower Bridge alone, if I ever wanted to see Saint Germain again. I met Saint Germain there, and we exchanged some words. And then Saint Germain decided to turn against IDEA to protect me. As a traitor, Saint Germain's immortality would be taken away from him. And in the little time he has left before his demise, he has gone off to fight the rest of IDEA's apostles by himself. Ellipses. As I tell them these details, they all remain silent. Van Helsing is the first one to speak up once I'm done.
Now that we're up to speed, it's a lot to think about, but before we give you our opinion, I want to hear what you think about all this. Aidrac, what are you going to do?
I take a deep breath and look around at the others. As they stare at me, I press one hand against my chest and speak. If I just sit here and wait in silence, there's a chance that Saint E.G. will end it all for me. IDEA's apostles may be destroyed and I may no longer be threatened, but Saint E.G. will definitely die. I clench my fists so tight that my nails dig into my palms. I don't want the memory of his face, that last smile he showed me, to fade away and be lost forever. I can't accept that. There's no way I can accept that.
Do you have a plan?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
It's not much. Actually, it's not much. But I'm thinking of meeting directly with Omnibus to talk to her about saving Saint Germain. Everyone looks at me with wide eyes. Simply stopping Saint E.G. will lead to his eventual demise. If I can hope for any good outcome, this is the only way there is.
Oh, hold on a second. You make it sound so easy, but is it even possible to negotiate with her? Isn't she like the leader of an organization that's been manipulating the world behind the scenes or something?
It'll probably be more difficult than speaking with Victoria.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, if I was on my own, I probably wouldn't even be able to reach Omnibus. So here's my plan. I grab a giant airship. We crash it into her yard. That's why I know it's a lot to ask, but I need your help with the airship thing.
I mean, fine.
Yeah! Can you please help me save Saint TG? Please? Ellipses. There's a brief silence. It seems like they're all on the fence about it.
No way.
I look up at him in surprise at this unexpected rejection from him. Lupin had been quiet all this time, but now he's looking at me sussily. Lupin?
Lupin, are you serious? She really needs our help, and I get to drive another airship. It would be ungentlemanly to refuse.
I can't help someone who doesn't trust her friends.
Lupin walks towards me with a stern expression. He stops right in front of me and stares into my eyes.
Aidrac, why didn't you just tell us everything yesterday?
That's because Omnibus told me not to? Question mark?
I know that, and I know she has some strange powers. Even if you couldn't tell us straight out, if you just thought logically, you would have found some other way to communicate.
If the others had been with me back there, if they'd been with me, I might have been able to stop Saint Germain. Ellipses. I hang my head in shame at this realization. I'm sorry.
Saint Germain's not the only one who cares about you. We all do. That's why, if you consider us your friends, you've got to tell us these things.
Yeah. I nod, then Lupin takes a deep breath and laughs, lightening up.
I mean, the only one who's really to blame here is Saint Germain, who didn't tell us anything. When this is all over, I'm going to punch him. That'll make things even.
I suppose a single punch after sending me through the horror mansion. One punch.
One punch.
One punch.
One punch!
Lupin's consideration is heartwarming. I do my best to smile, then Victor and the others sigh in relief.
I'm the others. I guess it's said. I'd like to have a word with the Count as well. You have my support.
I'm helping too, obviously. What about you, MP?
Never doubt it. I'll do anything my princess wants.
I was about to make a big mistake. I already did make a big mistake. We didn't go to the moon.
Mistakes all the way down.
I'm not the only one worried about Saint Germain for some reason. Everyone is just as concerned about him. Probably. Thank you, guys. A warm emotion swells up inside my empty heart.
First things first, I guess we'll begin tracking Omnibus's location.
Right. Aidrac, why don't you get some rest? I'm sure you're tired.
But...
No buts. You're going to be the one speaking with this omnibus or whoever, whichever bus.
Beep beep.
All our efforts will go to waste if you fail. So just focus all your energy on thinking of ways to save Saint Germain. I have to do the math because I have to give him birthday punches.
He's right. We'll make sure to take you as far as we can to get you there.
Alright. After talking about their next moves, Lupin and the others get to work. Lupin just keeps on counting how long Saint Germain has been alive. It's a lot.
I can't count on my 10 fingers!
I let out a small sigh, then look around me. I get sight of Deli sitting in a corner of the room. What's the matter, Deli? You've been so quiet.
It's just...
Deli looks at me, apparently undecided about something. Then he looks up at the ceiling and says in a small voice,
You're not bad. For a human. I would certainly like to help you, if I could. But I'm sorry. There's something I have to do. You wouldn't understand.
I'll never understand. Something you have to do? I ask him, curious, and he nods curtly.
I was just speaking with Lupin and the others about this. Rumor has it that there are surviving vampires in the northern part of Britain.
What? What?
I don't know if it's true. It may just be a false alarm. But if it is valid, as the descendant of the Vampire King himself, I must go see for myself. That is why...
I smile gently as Deli trails off, having some difficulty finding the right words. I'll be fine. Thank you so much for all of your help. All none of it. Have a safe trip, Deli. I hope we get to meet again when it's all over.
I promise I'll return. Van Helsing and I have yet to settle our own score as well in basketball.
Deli looks at me, then opens his mouth several times in an attempt to say something.
Ball is life.
He then closes his eyes and speaks quietly.
If you lose hope in humanity, you can come to me. I shall protect you.
We're all in this together. I'm grateful for everyone's kindness. I watch from the window as they all leave our lodgings and slowly shut my eyes. The image of Saint E.G.'s face floats into my mind. His face when he opened up to me about his true feelings and wept. He must have always been crying like that behind his smile. Ever since that incident that caused the Black Plague several hundred years ago, he's been crying, yet unable to release his tears. Hold on, Saint E.G. I will save you. Determined, I start thinking, what do I have that I can use as ammunition when speaking with Omnibus? For several days after that, I have to wait patiently. Lupin left first, saying he had a lead to follow. The others leave afterwards, and soon everyone is running around, investigating Omnibus. Victor is looking for information through a connection in the Royal Society. Van Helsing is looking at the traces of ideas throughout London's criminal underground. Impy is my bodyguard!
Wow.
He's been saying that if any of the idea apostles who are after me appear, he'll capture and question them, but luckily or unluckily, there's been no sign of the apostles so far. As all this has been taking place, I think I've been racking my brain, trying to think of how I can negotiate with Omnibus. I'll be up against a guardian of history who has been controlling the world from behind the scenes for thousands of years. I don't think she'll change her ways if I simply ask politely. Ellipses. So far, everything is in Omnibus's court. I don't have a single card to play that I could use to get her to agree with me. If only there was something. Something that can make Omnibus flinch. If only I had something that I could use against her, that I could possibly manipulate her. Even as my mind scrambles to find a solution. The others make no progress with their investigations over the next several days. But even if we do locate Omnibus, I don't have any means to negotiate with her, so there's nothing I could do anyway. Even now, Saint E.G. must be... I know saying these things won't improve the situation one bit, but I grow so restless and I can't think straight. Suddenly, there's a knock at the door. Yeah?
It's me, Victor. Can I come in?
Hold on. Victor, you don't look so well. Are you alright?
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, I just haven't been getting much sleep.
As Victor enters the bedroom, I notice the dark circles under his eyes. I can see at a glance that he's been working nonstop for the past few days. So, what is it? Did you find something while you were investigating?
Unfortunately, no. But there's something I wanted you to hear.
As he says this, he takes something familiar out of his pocket. A beautiful pendant in a glass case. Is that Finis's pendant?
Yes, I was looking into this little whenever I could find the time. Basically, it seems that my theory was correct.
That this pendant and the ha are connected?
Yes, this is unmistakably key item that can transform the Horororo into Philosopher's Stone.
Like in Full Metal Alchemist?
Just like in Full Metal Alchemist.
Ah, the Philosopher's Stone! I remember that when I picked up this pendant in the underground facility, the sensation I felt, like the ha, had been pulsating. It didn't amount to much as Victor had intervened, but just thinking about it frightens me.
As I explained then, once the Philosopher's Stone is completed, your poison will run out of control. So, to avoid any accidents, what we really should do is dispose of this pendant.
He shakes his head as he says this, then tucks the pendant into his shirt. Right when he does this, I stop him, calling out, "Wait, Victor. If that pendant is brought close to me, my ha will turn into a Philosopher's Stone?"
Theoretically.
Then, Victor, can I borrow that pendant?
Borrow? What do you want it for?
I love Full Metal Alchemist.
I mean, me too, girly, but...
I might be able to use it in speaking with Omnibus.
Oh!
His face grows tense in an instant. He shakes his head with a stern look, having obviously guessed my intentions.
If you're planning to do what I think you're planning to do, there's no way I could agree to that. This is too dangerous.
But I won't be able to save Saint Germain unless I have that kind of resolve. Please, Victor, let me have the pendant. The very bad pendant. I can use this pendant and myself as the trump card in my discussion with Omnibus. The method I'm thinking of is definitely a dangerous one, and it really is. One mistake could lead to a catastrophe.
You're gonna fill me with poison?
I could fill London with poison.
Oh my god.
It's fine. It's London. Shush, 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 shush. It's fine. It's fine.
Sure.
It's fine.
Fine. Okay.
Ellipsy.
Victor looks down at the pendant with a bitter expression, perhaps because he knows what I'm thinking as well.
You would go that far to save the Count?
I guess. Saint Germain risks his life to save me, and he's probably risking his life at this very moment.
Ellipsy.
And that's why it's my turn. It's my turn to risk my life and London's life to save him.
My turn.
The long, drawn-out silence is a direct reflection of Victor's indecision. But eventually, he silently nods, giving in.
Fine. But can you give me some time? I'll prepare a case for you so that you can carry this around.
Thank you. That would be helpful. Just as I sigh in relief, there's a rough knock on the door. Who is it?
It's me, Lupin. I found it. Idea's headquarters.
What, like really?
Oh my god.
Like on the street?
Yeah, you know that big IKEA?
Whoa!
Oh my god, really?
Oh,
Oh
the
shit!
apostles of IKEA.
Oh wow.
Oh no! I hadn't seen him around for the past few days. He got lost in IKEA. It looks like he'd gone all the way to my old home in
amazing.
Wales.
I figured from the way Finnis was talking that Isaac must have known something about the idea. God. And I was right. I found this at the old mansion.
Lupin presents us with a slightly worn, leather-bound notebook. Most of the letters are written in what seems to be gibberish, but the writing itself looks familiar. Is this Father's handwriting?
Meaning that these are his handwritten notes?
Yep. It looks like those are the notes regarding his research into idea. He encrypted it, and it took me a while to decode, but it says where Idea's base of operations is.
Lupin spreads out his translation of the book in front of us. We all look at them. In western Britain, in the depths of the forest...
Yeah, devastating.
that those on Earth refer to as the Forest of Fog.
Right. That's where Idea's headquarters are. I'm 99% sure.
That's where Omnibus is.
Aidrac. It's a good thing that we found Idea's location, but are you ready?
Yeah, I mean, it's ultimately up to you whether or not your negotiation will work. No pressure, though.
I'm not totally confident, but I have a plan for our discussion. I'm
Oh,
just
that's
trying.
great.
I'm trying to convince London, though. London seems a little.
He's kind of
hesitant.
stubborn sometimes. So good luck.
Poison.
It's fine.
You what?
It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Don't listen to him.
Aidrac.
I explained the details of the plan I came up with to them. The reactions are the same as Victor's. The more I explain, the sterner their faces grow.
Your own life and London's as a bargaining chip? Are you serious?
Absolutely.
I cannot support this. It's too dangerous for you.
Lupin is especially against this idea, but... please, there's really no other way. In any case, there isn't enough time left for us to explore another option. In the end, everyone reluctantly agrees to cooperate. Ellipses. A few hours later, after some preparations, we all leave our lodgings, heading towards the headquarters of IKEA. Perhaps it's because we decided to board at the last minute. We have to sit apart from one another on the train on our way to our destination. Lupin is the only one seated next to me. As I let the train's motion rock me gently, I think about what's to come. Ellipses. I'm going to speak with Omnibus in order to preserve Sainty G's life. I have no idea if everything will go according to my plan, but I know for certain that my life will be at risk during this negotiation. Even worse, there's no guarantee that I will be coming back to the others. Hey, Lupin? I slowly shift my gaze to Lupin, who is looking out the window. Thank you for saving me.
That was out of the blue. What's gotten into you?
I just had to tell you. If you hadn't stolen me away that day, I won't be here right now. Trying to sacrifice my life for a dude who tried to murder me. Thanks. Thanks for that.
I stole you because I wanted to. There's no need to thank me. That's just the Stockholm Syndrome kicking in.
What, is that what I have? Lupin grimaces and shakes his head, then goes back to looking out the window. Still looking away, he speaks quietly, as though a thought had just occurred to him.
If you're lost or afraid, you don't have to do this.
What?
No one's going to blame you if you run away now. If anyone does, I'll shut them up and take you away with me. I'll kidnap you again!
Lupin looks straight at me. If I agree to it right now, to get kidnapped for like the 4th time, he'll probably take me somewhere far away like he did before. But I shake my head from side to side. No kidnapping for me today. Thank you for looking out for me, Lupin. But it's fine. I've thought through this and made the decision on my own.
I see. So you're sure? If things go wrong, you might never be able to feel the warmth of human contact.
It's fine. CTG showed me what it's like to touch another person, while they burned underneath my fingies. I look over at Lupin and smile. Saint TG touched me. Despite my poison, he took my hand. He put my hand to his cheek and said it was warm.
Because his face was melting.
It felt really warm, almost burning. That's why I'm alright. I'm not afraid anymore.
I see. He beat me to it. That bastard.
Lupin directs his gaze absent-mindedly at the train ceiling. I look at him again. Thank you for looking out for me, Lupin.
You've been thinking of me a lot lately.
You've done so much for me. I really can't say it enough.
I see.
He falls silent and continues watching the scenery go by outside the window.
Oh,
I open...
duck.
Oh, duck! Oh. I open my mouth to... Oh! Another one! Oh, there's so many out here. I open my mouth to speak once more, but hold back the words I want to say. At that moment, it feels like no words are necessary at all. We leave the train at the station closest to our destination, then continue on foot for a while. By the time we enter the area described as the Forest of Fog on Father's note, it's almost dusk. So this is where... Idea? Reddish light shines through the tree branches and leaves, somehow making everything look eerie. None of us has spoken since we entered the forest. Even Impy, who's always going on about something, has been quiet today. Everyone is probably nervous, thinking about what's to come. Ellipses. I don't know how long we walk. As the forest's name suggests, a dense fog begins to surround us. As the sky grows darker, the fog grows thicker. Soon, there's so much fog around us that I can't see anything.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What's up with this fog in the fog forest?
Stay close, everyone.
We call out to each other as we cautiously move forward in the fog forest where everything's very foggy.
It's Silent Hill.
I still see that town in my dreams.
Oh. Then...
Silent Hill.
Then, Pyramid Head.
Oh no!
And the nurses.
Oh god, no.
The fog suddenly clears and the forest atmosphere shifts
Yeah,
dramatically.
forest.
I don't know what a forest is.
We need to know what a...
I don't know what it is.
I would never know what it was.
Yeah, I don't think
Well.
Macho would know anything about a forest. Never.
No.
We only know about deforest.
Huh?
I guess. Forests don't exist anymore, guys. I gasp at the scene that suddenly appears before me. Did the sun completely set while we were walking through that fog? It's completely dark now. The trees stand tall, blocking any light from coming through. I'm still able to barely make out my surroundings, perhaps because some faintly luminous bubble-like things float nearby. It's like we're deep underwater. Glub, glub, glub. I turn around to see if anyone else agrees with me. However, Lupin and the others are nowhere to be seen. There's just an endless roll of trees.
Oh my god.
Where?
This is Silent Hill. The people who had been there a moment ago suddenly disappeared. And this scene in the forest is a dreamlike quality. I felt this before. Ah, shit. Could it be Omnibus? As if in answer to my question, a glowing butterfly flutters my way. After circling me twice, the butterfly slowly flies ahead into the forest.
Billion?
Are you telling me to follow you? I know all too well how dangerous it can be to act on my own. But I can't see any of my friends no matter how hard I look around me. If this is Omnibus's doing, waiting here won't do me any good. I guess I don't have a choice. Let's act on my own again. I mark a spot on a tree next to me, just in case, then cautiously start walking through the forest after the butterfly.
Fail.
Oh no. I don't know how long I've been walking. But I see a bright sunny spot up ahead. What's that? Everything around me indicates that it's nightfall, yet that one spot is lit brightly. I look around cautiously as I follow along the butterfly guiding my path. I timidly step into the spot of sunlight. A sudden gust of wind stirs through the air around me, and then everything changes. Wow! The next thing I know, I'm standing in front of a wooden house. The yard is filled with flowers. Everything around me is in peaceful daylight, making me almost doubt that I was ever in a forest at night. Is this Idea's headquarters? This seems far too peaceful. It doesn't seem like the place where an organization that has been controlling history would be located at all. Did I just hear a dog bark? Oh god. I turn around and see a dog. Mega CC.
Is that a monocle?
It is! Advanced. It's far larger than CC. Almost as tall as me.
Whoa.
You're such a big boy. Where'd you come from?
Arf.
Oh, wow. The dog runs up to me and lowers its head as if trying to scare me away. It begins shoving its head against my hip, pushing at me. Huh? Whoa! Mega CC continues to push me towards the house, and I arrive at the terrace at one corner of the building. After nudging me to this place where a cool breeze blows, the dog runs off, looking satisfied.
Morph.
This is... I hear the sound of something creaking. How long has she been here? A woman is right in front of me, smiling kindly.
Welcome. Thank you for coming to such a remote place that I tried to hide from all visitors.
How'd you get that dog?
Don't worry about it. I'm sure you're tired from walking. How about some tea?
As if she was expecting my arrival, a tea setting is laid out on the table on the veranda, giving off comforting steam. Omnibus. Though I'm momentarily frightened, I glare at her. Sainty G's life is in her hands, and she's the very person who wants me killed. No matter how tranquil she may be making things seem, I can't let my guard down.
Thank you for bringing her here.
She speaks to the dog from before. Lilith. The dog barks at once in response.
I have some important matters to discuss with her now. Lilith, why don't you go back inside?
Lilith hurriedly leaves us, following Omnibus's quiet instructions. As I stand there dumbfounded, Omnibus turns back to me and smiles.
I didn't think you'd be visiting me here. Well, you have some capable friends.
Thanks. Where are they, anyway? I'm assuming it's your doing that I've been separated from the rest of them.
You're right. I'm going to have them wander the forest for a little while longer. I've invited you, and only you. No one else.
Finding out that the others are alright causes me to discreetly sigh in relief. But there's no time for me to play along with her. Even as we speak, Sainty G is growing closer and closer to death. There's one thing I'd like to ask. What's happening to Saint Germain right now?
TG?
She swirls the tea in her cup, and then looks down at the amber liquid.
He has been defeating all the apostles that I send his way. And now he's fighting Guinevere.
What? The assailant?
Yes, she also goes by that. Also, number one. Oh,
She's here.
Yeah, Guinevere. I don't know how many days they've been at it. A battle between immortals can take a while, but this is especially long. She stops by for tea sometimes, so hello.
They're taking breaks in the middle of this.
It's a long fight. I suppose it goes to show that the skills truly rival one another's.
I know firsthand how terrifying Guinevere is. Saint Germain has been fighting such a terrible enemy for days on end, while taking tea breaks? Just imagining what must be transpiring makes my chest ache. Ellipses.
Don't worry, their fight will be over soon. Saint E.G.'s immortality has been reduced to a remnant of what he had before. If he continues to die at this rate, his life force will eventually expire.
Then there's no time. I'm gonna cut to the chase. While
Oh.
Guinevere's here. I grip my fist tightly. I look straight into Omnibus's eyes, which have a strange glow about them. Omnibus, please. Help Saint E.G. I'd like you to give back the immortality that you took from him.
Ah, wouldn't that be nice?
She takes a sip from her tea with a troubled expression. She slowly pieces her words together as if scolding a stubborn grandchild.
He is a traitor who abandoned his mission and killed 4 of his fellow apostles. There is no reason at all for me to extend his vitality.
Ellipses. Her reaction is just as I'd expected. From the perspective of Idea, Saint Germain turned his back on them. There's no way she would listen to a direct request like this.
Besides, don't you think you should be worrying about your own life? I mean, he tried to kill you, dear. Just like Saint Germain, you're destined to die.
We don't think about that, okay?
Oh. Well, that's the only way humanity can be led down the correct path, so...
No.
Well...
The correct path? I look up at Omnibus and glare at her after hearing her one-sided argument. I feel my voice taking a harsher tone, but I have no intent on softening it. Only people in the future will know what the correct path is. What you're talking about isn't what's correct for the sake of the world. It's just what you yourself think is correct.
Oh, what a mighty harsh tone. I only wish that were the case.
Omnibus sighs in response to my threatening tone.
I doubt you would understand. You really never will. Nobody will ever understand. Whenever you don't understand, do you do? No, you don't. Don't worry. Long ago, here's my backstory now. I ate of a forbidden fruit that was not allowed to humans.
Wait a minute.
Oh shit!
Surprise, surprise! Gotcha! Doing so gave me a piece of God's knowledge.
You're right, I'm not understanding right now.
Ever since then, I have been able to see all the paths that humanity can take. I can't help but see them.
Devil fruit!
She quietly continues her story. There is no doubt in her eyes, and her voice is matter-of-fact, speaking only the truth that I can't understand.
I know better than anyone else that humans are capable of so easily taking the wrong path. Because I can see it all, I can't just stand by and do nothing.
So you're saying that's why you created Idea? You had an idea?
Oh my god.
Did you not hear my lore backstory drop?
I'm ignoring
Yes.
it.
Oh, you're so rude. An organization that will lead us forward until the day God saves us all who are burdened with original sin. That is idea.
That's a horrible idea.
Study group?
It's a very good idea.
Ellipses. She smiles slightly, seeing that I'm at a loss for words.
Aidrac, you were created as part of a very big plan. We have put an end to Isaac's plan before it could come to fruition. But your very existence is already within the realms of the taboo.
I don't see how that's my problem, bitch.
Well, it is, so suck it up!
Because I will cause destruction. Is that why you want me to die? Along with Saint E.G.?
Yes, that's about it. It's up to you whether you resist or not. I mean, Guinevere's right here taking tea, so...
I'm resisting. Her response to my desperate question is far from what I would have expected. I look up in surprise, but Omnibus is just staring at me silently.
But just remember this, Aidrac. In the past, Saint Germain once placed personal attachment above his mission and disobeyed my orders. Because of his indiscretion, a third of Europe's population perished.
Gasp.
Wait,
Just imagine, 1 in every 3 people dead. For example, Lupin, Van Helsing, Victor, and Impy. What would you say if you knew that one of them was certain to die?
I mean, I think about that with Impy all the time. All his
me
machines kind of
too.
blow up.
It's trouble.
Ellipses. Impy. Her words wrap around me like some sort of spell. Although she said that I have the choice of resisting, this is no different from a threat.
Saint Germain is about to repeat his foolish mistake. You're just as culpable if you are still trying to live after knowing all of this, aren't you?
My knees grow weak as Omnibus fixes her eyes on me.
Knees weak.
Arm
You
spaghetti.
speak on spaghetti?
Mom spaghetti.
Just vomit on the spaghetti, mom spaghetti. Maybe it is spaghetti.
I lurch forward and fall to my knees, hitting the ground with my hands. The earth in my hands reminds me of a sensation I felt before. That horrible...
Ah, the burning flesh!
Yeah, that
Am I as low as the dirt to you?
Yes. That horrible
Are you okay?
sensation... That horrible sensation of the poison in the hands burning away at his life as he sniffs it. But under that terrible feeling, I also felt the warmth coming from his skin. Like a burning warmth. A really burning warmth. And...
If you aren't alive, neither am I. If your life isn't worth anything, then neither is mine. So, please, don't say such sad things.
the feeling of his face as he said that. Burning face. Ellipses.
See his question mark?
I steady my trembling legs and stand up and glare at the old women. So old. Still, I'm going to reject your predictions. Nothing is certain in this world. I won't believe your prophecy of destruction.
Oh, scary. I see. That's quite brave of you. Brave, but foolish.
I don't care if I'm foolish, but
Clearly.
I'll have you help Saint Germain, no matter what it takes.
There's no use threatening me. What you see before you is merely an illusion of myself.
You're wrong. There is one way. I put my hands to my chest and take a step closer to Omnibus. The reason you want me dead is because there's a chance I might create something God's forbidden. The Philosopher's Stone. From Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh my god, you read FMA? Yes, that's right. The Philosopher's Stone is a forbidden object that treads on the laws of God. I must eradicate any and all possibilities that may lead to its creation to protect the people of the world.
I see. Then I suppose I'm a hazard to you. Something you fear.
Oh, what are you thinking?
I take a small case out of my pocket. It contains the pendant from Finis. The pendant sparkles under the light.
That's...
For the first time, Omnibus looks surprised. Seeing her so obviously shaken, I speak to her with conviction. With the touch of this pendant, my will be transformed into the Philosopher's Stone. And if the stone is created, I will become a monster who creates death. Once I become that, no one can stop me. Not even your organization with all your unlimited powers. That's why you're so desperate to kill me. Am I wrong?
She's going to fill me with poison on the bus.
Oh my god,
Hey,
London.
what did it ever do to you? Oh my god.
London?
Ellipses.
London.
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 Poison.
London.
Yes.
Poison to
London.
kill London.
It's gonna be fine. Shush, 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 shush. It's gonna be fine.
Okay.
If you want to avoid that, however, I take a good look at Omnibus and quietly but forcefully speak. I want you to accept my conditions. Let Sainty G live. I know full well that I'm suggesting right now is a horrible thing. This is a threat under the guise of a negotiation. But instead of bending to the threat...
Ah,
What's so funny?
that isn't really a threat.
Really? I say all these things and you're laughing at me?
Bruh.
Ah,
Bruh. She returns my gaze levelly, still smiling.
you understand why, don't you? If you become a true monster, you will kill everyone around you and be hated by everyone. Because you've killed them. You'll only be able to live in absolute isolation. That is something you truly fear. No matter how strong you make yourself sound, you'll never be able to act upon it.
Gasp! My hand holding the pendant starts shaking at Omnibus's words. I thought I had made up my mind to be willing to give my life going into this. And yet, I've begun to tremble.
You wouldn't be able to become a monster. Do you want to repeat the tragedy of Elaine and Etty?
Okay, low blow. Very low blow.
Sorry, yes, that was kind of...
Too
I'm sorry
soon.
about that.
Too soon.
That was very tragic.
Lady, too soon. At the mention of those names, my skin breaks out in goosebumps. I don't even have room in my mind to wonder how Omnibus even knows those names. My memories of the past, when I was accused of being a monster, burned in my heart. But the words escape from my mouth, and I hold the pendant closer to my ha. Just bringing it slightly nearer causes the crystal in my chest to grow hotter, and the pendant begins to shine.
Are you serious right now?
I'm dead serious.
Are you kidding me? Are you shitting me right now?
I'm shitting you. I don't care if people hate me for being a monster. I don't care if I truly do become a monster. I don't care if the entire world is against me. The heat of the ha 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 is almost unbearable. The pain is extreme, like being skinned alive, like every bone in my body is breaking, like my entire body is being rearranged. I struggle to stay on my feet and look at Omnibus, speaking through gritted teeth. if you won't help Saint TG, I'll become a monster and lead the world to destruction. But if you save Saint TG, I'll shatter this ha in my chest myself. Then you'll get what you want. Isn't that right, Omnibus?
You'll shatter the ha-ha? That will mean your death.
But Saint TG will survive.
Why would you go so far?
Honestly, I don't know myself. She
Girl,
looks at
you
me.
have some problems.
It's fine. She looks at me shocked, and I turn to her with a gentle smile. Because Saint TG said that my hands were warm.
What? Are you shitting me? Seriously? Just for something small like that, you're going to give your life? Really?
Absolutely!
Oh my god.
Smiles directly at Omnibus.
Oh my god.
It's not something small. At least not to me. I look down at my fists and slowly narrow my eyes. When I first woke up, I was all by myself. All I had were Father's words and this poison-filled body. I didn't think I would ever get the chance to touch someone else. And even though Lupin promised me that he would help me do that, I didn't really believe him.
Damn.
But he did his best. I touched my cheek with my own hand. Saint Germain touched my hand without hesitation, just as Saint TG did. He was the only person in the world who accepted me despite me being the monster that I am. Despite the fact that Lupin tried very hard.
All the other ones accept you, God. I don't know what you're saying.
That's why, even if I end up becoming a monster in seclusion, I can withstand the isolation just by thinking of the memory of that one warm touch. Don't underestimate me, Omnibus. I glare at her as I stand my ground against excruciating pain. This is my limit. I can hear something in my body beginning to change, just as I'm thinking this.
Fine.
Oh shit, really? Throws the pendant on the ground. She sighs deeply. Ellipses.
You are absolutely nutso, but I accept your offer, aidrac.
Yay!
You're really freaking me out. First, take that pendant away. Do it quickly, or it really will be too late, and I don't want you to hurt my bestie, London.
Good news, London. The coast is clear.
Ah, the bus line stands up for
I've got your back, bro.
I listen to her and snap the pendant away from myself. Suddenly, I feel weak. I breathe heavily, refusing to fall, and lean against the table.
I really can't forgive Saint Germain that easily. But I see that you are truly serious, so I have one condition.
What is it?
Defeat Guinevere. She's still sitting right there. Then I will extend Saint Germain's life.
During tea break? Really?
Tea break is over. Guinevere, get up.
Oh no! We need to beat Guinevere? Oh no, she just recharged too.
That's right. If my predictions are correct, there's no way that you and Saint Germain will be able to best her, especially after tea time. You claim that my prophecy of disaster won't turn out true. Then prove it to me. Prove to me that my predictions are fallible.
Ellipses. Oh god, Guinevere's right there.
Saint Germain betrayed Idea and killed 4 apostles. I can't allow that to go without a condition. That condition will be that you destroy the Ha on your own. That is non-negotiable. This is as far as I can go to compromise. What do you say, aidrac?
She shuts her mouth firmly and looks at me intently. This is the final choice of the route.
Final choice, let's go!
Final choice! Alright.
Oh,
One final shot for this route.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
3.
But if nobody else makes a decision, I'll give it like few more seconds.
I can't believe you're gonna fill me with poison.
Not anymore.
I'm trying not to get her to do
Not-
it. Hold
not-
on, hold on.
Not anymore. It's fine, London. I swear to God. Well,
Is it fine?
I'm doing this, so we're gonna accept our terms.
Oh.
Mm.
Was that
thank God.
random?
Nope. I'm making that choice myself.
Ah.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh wait, you okay? Okay, I thought Oppo grabbed it for a second when I looked to the
Nope.
right.
Nope, it was me. Alright, I'll accept your terms. If that's what it takes to save Saint Germain, I'm not going to complain. It's actually an exceptional offer, considering the way I acted towards her, and the way I threatened London. I nod, and Omnibus's gaze softens slightly. She truly looks like a grandmother watching her grandchild grow. The grandchild she wants to kill.
You're the first person who has ever compelled me to compromise this far. Saint Germain is a lucky man to be loved so much. Then I shall take you to Saint Germain now.
Wait, like now?
Yes,
Like-
like right now. Guinevere,
right,
come along, come along.
The instant Omnibus says it, the area around us becomes veiled in whiteness. By defeating Guinevere, we'll be able to overturn Omnibus's prediction. Even though I'm faced with an impossible task. I can see Saint E.G. I can help him. These are the only thoughts that fill my head.
My hope is that you can prove that there exists a future other than what I can see. That would mean salvation for me as well.
Change the world.
Bye.
Omnibus disappears into the whiteness, smiling. Please keep your promise.
I won't.
Oh,
I mean, I swear to God that I will not.
Excuse me, what did you say before?
I swear to God that I will.
Okay, that's what I thought. Hold on, Saint Germain. I'm coming. I quietly whispered this as the world around me fades to white.
Can't believe we're using a fade to white transition.
Yeah, it's
This is fancy.
groundbreaking. We returned to Saint Germain having asthma attack. Oh no. Okay, I think this is back to Saint E.G.
Oh.
For now, there is no sign that Guinevere has caught up. I lean against the bridge handrail and slowly catch my breath. Sigh. How long? How long have she and I been fighting? Guinevere is strong. I already knew this. But she's truly surpassed my expectations.
That's why I'm number one.
She is number one.
Numero uno. If I continue fighting her head on, I'll surely be at a disadvantage. That's why I ran. I ran so far away. Using the geography to my advantage, like I taught aidrac. All I can do is catch her when she's not expecting me and strike. However, I'm already nearing my limits. I look down at my hands, coated with my own blood. The remnants of my immortality. My body's regeneration is not catching up with my wounds. These powers will end soon. Oh my. What to do? There are still so many apostles aside from Guinevere. I try to keep my spirits up. I've killed Guinevere any number of times as well. She bounced back from death each time, but she might be reaching her own limits as well. Just a little more. It should be over soon. I can't die yet. But against my wishes, my feet are unsteady and my vision hazy. Then, I turned back to the guardrail and slumped down onto the pavement. Through my watering eyes, I see Tower Bridge, the symbol of modern London, looming over me. I've come so far, running from Guinevere. How ironic that this would be the place I draw my last breath. This is where I felt her warmth, where I was able to be my true self one last time, and where I bid her farewell. Perhaps it's only fitting that this should be my grave. Words of weakness escape my lips. Perhaps I haven't changed at all since back then. Since that day when I was unable to save the one person I wanted to. Just like back then, I couldn't protect or save anyone, and simply spread death and suffering. Once again, I failed to save one person. Failed to protect just one person.
That is not true, I think.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
A voice drifts to my ears.
You've always been there to save me.
Impy? At first, at first, I think my weakening heart is causing me to hallucinate.
You've always protected me, said Impy.
Me too.
Yeah, we're here together. Omnibus brought us both.
I hope you brought food.
Oh, I sure did, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
All those saving times were worth it. But this voice...
Saint Germain, we're both here.
I could never mistake the voice of that person I care about the most.
Oh.
I raise my hand and find my beloved standing before me.
Oh my god, it's Impy!
I brought sandwiches.
And they're not aidrac sandwiches, which are just as great, but for sentimental reasons.
Oh.
Miss aidrac and Impy.
Oh, bloody and scattered, Saint Germain looks at me in shock, somewhat disappointed that I'm not someone else.
Oh no!
Each and every wound he suffered was undoubtedly sustained to protect me. And Impy. Saint Germain, you've been through so much. Tears well up in my eyes as I kneel down and scoop him up into my arms. Saint Germain, he has been fighting ever since we parted ways. He did it just to protect me. And Impy. Oh, CG.
Yay!
Yay! I'm so glad that you're alive. So glad.
This is neither dream nor illusion. It's really you, Miss aidrac.
And Impy, I'm just out of frame.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really
Hey.
me and Impy. The real me who loves you, Saint Germain. We also brought sandwiches.
oh,
I hold him tighter, tightly as I can, to tell him that I would never let him go.
you know, I not to be mad at you. It took me so much strength and resolve to keep danger away from you. Why? Why have you come back to me?
That's... I try and find the right words for him, but Saint Germain gently shakes his head.
But I'm filled with happiness right now. Nearly moved to tears. Right now, this warmth is all I need.
His pained sigh brushes my ear. His voice is soft, yet determined when he whispers into my ear.
I wanted to see you again. I wanted to hear your voice again. Even if the poison melts my body away. I wanted to embrace you once more.
He looks at me kindly. I can hear his heart beating through our clothing. His heart is beating so strongly. This alone makes me very happy. I feel the same way. I wanted to be cross with you for abandoning me, but embracing you like this, I feel like no other words are necessary. Even if I'm a doll or monster, even if he's immortal or a phantom, we both belong right here, while he's dying. Just that makes me happier than I could ever believe.
Are you sure you don't want any words?
He smiles weakly, but his words have a slightly mischievous sound to them. I catch on to what he means and gently smile back at him. No, I do want more words. I want to hear them coming from you.
Aidrac, I love you.
I love you too.
And I love you too, Impy. Your sandwich is great.
I love you guys so much.
I love you too, Wimpy.
Oh,
Let's go to the moon together.
yes.
I gently pull myself away, then start to explain everything that has transpired, moved by my heightened emotions. I told about how Lupin and the others have been working to save him. How we found Omnibus and I spoke with her. Everything. I mix in only one small lie.
Staple Impy's fucking sprite.
She said she would save me if we defeated Guinevere. Omnibus said that.
Yep, she promised me. I heard it with my own ears. It was unmistakable.
I see. I would never have thought that Omnibus would.
I purposely don't tell him. She said she would save Saint Germain, but her condition was that I would have to destroy my own heart. The ha with my own hands. Saint Germain slowly gets to his feet.
Then that is one more reason why I cannot lose this fight. I must defeat Guinevere so that we can live together. Emphasis on live.
Yes, so we can live together. Huge emphasis on live.
Good.
The single lie I've told him stings my heart. But this is the best way for now. Saint Germain now has a resolute look in his eyes as he stares ahead at Tower Bridge. A figure wearing knightly armor stands there. The enemy that Omnibus had predicted that Saint Germain and I would never be able to defeat.
I didn't expect that you'd come all the way here, chasing after Saint Germain.
Guinevere stops in front of us and speaks quietly.
Omnibus told me everything. To threaten her of all people, you certainly took a risk.
It was the only option I had to save Saint Germain. Guinevere takes a step towards us. Saint Germain steps forward as well, blocking her.
I will I will protect her, even if my life depends on it.
Assailant. To think that it would fall to me to tear apart two individuals in love. I feel the irony of fate.
I can't tell what her expression is under the helmet. After a small sigh, Guinevere raises her huge sword. In response, Saint Germain holds out the sword he keeps hidden in his sleeve. Saint Germain, you probably won't be able to fight well in your current condition. I don't know if I'll be much help, but I'll fight with you.
I'll be fine.
Saint Germain gives me a smile, then turns to face Guinevere.
I don't want to let you down. After everything you've done, I will win, no matter what.
Immediately after that, Saint Germain disappears. I see sparks flying from the sword Guinevere is holding, and the sound of their impact reverberates through the air. Their battle is like a dance, a continuous back and forth between defense and offense. It's almost like a reenactment of the exchange that took place in the underground facility. However, if their power dynamics haven't changed at all since that day, I lose focus for a moment, lost in thought. Guinevere's huge sword knocks Saint Germain out of the way. Saint Germain!
Dots.
But he dodges her follow-up strike as if he already knew it was coming.
Guinevere?
That's Victor's explosive. Guinevere is caught up in a fierce explosion, and Saint Germain's sharp blade darts through this flames at a gap in her armor. That strike should have been fatal, but...
Gah.
Guinevere, who should have been killed, throws Saint Germain back. Saint Germain, are you alright?
Yes, I'll be fine.
I run towards him, and he takes my hand as I help him pull him back to his feet.
Killed again. It's quite off-putting when someone who's usually so calm attacks me so aggressively.
Guinevere raises her enormous sword again, as if nothing had happened. In contrast to Guinevere's readiness, Saint Germain falls to his knees. Saint Germain!
I've come so far.
Are you alright, Saint Germain? The sound of merciless footsteps approaches us as I kneel at his side and hold him.
It seems he's no longer capable of moving. Looks like I win.
When I hear Guinevere's emotionless words, I look up at her and carefully lay Saint Germain on the ground. I slowly stand up. We haven't lost yet. I can fight too. I take off my gloves and return to face her.
Do you seriously think you stand a chance against me?
Of course. I'll do anything to save Saint Germain. That's why I've come here.
You really do love him. Throwing your life away for a loved one. It's beautiful, yet tragic.
She muses with a hint of envy, then slowly lifts her giant sword. Then, she stomps heavily on the pavement, causing a crack in the bridge, and vanishes from in front of me. Huh? Her attack is instantaneous. I'm unable to dodge it, and the sword sinks into my shoulder. Although it barely hits me, the impact is so strong that I fall to the ground and roll for some distance. Ugh. The huge disparity between our strengths is almost laughable.
I don't intend to make you suffer. Just stay put. Until your lover's final moment.
She turns away from me and begins walking towards Saint Germain. Saint Germain is still on the ground and seems unable to move at all. Saint Germain! I push myself forward, forcing my body up. I grab her sword, not even afraid of it cutting me. In that moment, a fierce cloud of smoke rises up. Part of her sword is melted away.
What? Impossible.
I'm just as surprised as Guinevere. The poison strength had increased exponentially. Why? It doesn't take me any time to think about the answer before the answer rises in my mind. Aha! It's turning into the Philosopher's Stone! It's probably because I held the pendant so close to me when I've been speaking with Omnibus.
It has been predicted that you would destroy the world after all. Perhaps I should terminate you first.
Slowly. Death approaches, only inches away. But still, I glare at Guinevere and spread my arms protectively in front of Saint Germain. Who the hell is this?
Impy's here.
Okay.
My, always have to be protected. Doesn't make me look very good. It's probably Lupin.
A figure steps forward from behind me.
Nope.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Sorry.
Saint Germain!
Why are you so surprised? I was here the whole time. It's not like we all were.
I mean, you're just kind of laying there, so like.
Yeah.
The question marks were what threw me off. A gentleman should not tremble and fright in his lady's shadow. Besides,
He grins mischievously and continues on.
as a man, I'd like to play the knight who saves the woman I love for once.
Guinevere, standing in opposition to him, speaks with a note of pity.
Have you lost your damn mind, Saint Germain? You won't last much longer.
That goes for both of us, Guinevere. You seem to be near the peak of your exhaustion as well.
Guinevere doesn't reply. She simply looks at Saint Germain from beneath her armor.
Tell me this, before it all ends. Why do you protect her?
Because I love her.
It's so ridiculously simple. I can't believe I'm hearing those words coming out of your mouth.
I get the sense that Guinevere is smiling behind your armor.
Let me ask you this then, Guinevere. Why are you trying to kill her?
It's obvious, because she is the key to disaster. Even if she herself is innocent, we must strike at the root of the sake, for the sake of the correct path. That is, Idea's mission.
I, in turn, can't believe that I'm hearing you say something like that.
Saint Germain quietly narrows his eyes. When he speaks again, it's as if he's recalling something from the past.
What compelled you to become an apostle of Idea, even if it meant abandoning the peace of death?
Because I wanted to save someone.
That's right. In the past, you wished for the salvation of the man you loved. You said this right in front of me. Perhaps it was because you wanted to save him from the crime he had been accused of.
Assailant.
And now, here you are trying to kill someone you know to be innocent.
Guinevere hesitates for a moment. But she shakes her head and silently raises her weapon once more.
It's too late. I can't put my sword down now. I'm an apostle of Idea, a leader of destiny and guide of history. Saint Germain, I shall kill you, and set us all on the correct path.
Their eyes meet.
I am no longer one of Idea's apostles. I shall protect her as a solitary person.
The two of them leap at one another at the same time. Oh, CG again. They clash,
Wow.
each attempting to take the other's life, putting everything they have into a single blow. Neither Saint Germain nor Guinevere, though her face is hidden under her armor, have any hatred towards the other. They simply live by different standards. All I can do is have faith that the man who is putting his life on the line will save me.
Ha!
Ah!
Yell.
It's now Dragon Ball Z. Remaining steadfast to his convictions, Saint Germain swings a silver blade. Then, both of them swing their weapons and they come to a complete stop. A single blow with all their might. A single blow to end it all. Who will the victor be?
How anime.
Saint Germain takes a staggering step and groans. I gasp. Saint Germain? No, not Saint Germain. I can't help but run towards him.
Don't worry. It's just a scratch.
You got a lot of them, dude. And Guinevere. Guinevere turns to face us. Her eyes seem narrow behind her visor upon seeing Saint Germain and I leaning against each other. It's as if she was being reminded of a memory from long ago.
Brilliantly done.
With just this, she slowly topples to the ground. Did you win? I'm in shock as Saint Germain nods.
Yes. It was certainly a close call. But it's not over yet.
He sighs heavily, then walks over to Guinevere with great determination. Saint Germain? He extends his blade from his sleeve once more, then silently points it at the armored woman. It shines coldly in the night.
I have to put an end to her, to be sure. It's not that I don't trust Omnibus. But she didn't exactly specify what our conditions were for victory.
A cold light shines in his eyes. In a moment, he will likely run Guinevere through with his sword. More blood spilled, more lives lost. All because of my selfishness. But it can't be right. Just as Saint Germain said, what we had to do to defeat Guinevere was never spelled out. But we have won this battle. That's an undeniable fact. As of now, Saint Germain's survival should be assured. So there's no reason for Guinevere to lose her life. Saint Germain, wait. There's something important I need to tell you.
You can tell me later. Right now, I need us to deal with this threat lying before us.
Please, listen. My words are quiet, but forceful. Perhaps that's why Saint Germain seems to pick up on something, then carefully stows his blade as he turns back to me. See, I have to go away very soon. I promised Omnibus. I try my best to keep my voice from trembling while I piece my words together.
Yes, so the two of us can be together.
We can't.
What do you mean?
I couldn't bring myself to tell you. There are actually two conditions that need to be met to ensure your survival. The first being that you defeat Guinevere, and the second is for me to destroy the hologram with my old hands. I can't keep my voice from trembling when the truth comes out. I feel as if all the warmth is leaving my body. Now, more than ever, now that Saint Germain's and my hearts are one, I'm afraid to die. The conclusion that I had wished for is right before me, but I'm afraid to take that final step.
What? If you break the hollow, you will die?
I know.
You're saying you would give your own life in order for me to live?
That's right. I can't stand the pain in Saint Germain's eyes, and I begin to talk as if trying to distract him from it all. You've risked your life for me so many times for me. I continue speaking clumsily, hoping to make his pain go away. I love you, and all that matters to me is that you're alive. So, don't look at me like that, Saint Germain. The sadness is so overpowering that the smile I try to force on my face is completely ruined.
How? How could I accept that? There was no way I would let that happen.
Saint Germain shouts in agony. Because the emotion in his words is so great, it makes the silence that follows all the more deafening. It's as if the silence is a reflection of our despair. I hear the sound of a wheelchair. I stiffen, then Saint Germain steps forward to protect me.
So, it's over.
In a moment, Omnibus appears in front of us. And several figures are standing behind her. All of them are wearing deeply hooded robes, hiding their faces completely.
What? You've brought the other apostles now?
What? I freeze at Saint Germain's words.
Miss Aidrac, please run.
As Saint Germain steps forward, I grab his hand and I shake my head.
Miss Aidrac?
He probably knows too. If he tries to fight now, the results are obvious. It's just time for me to keep my promise. Omnibus signals for the figures behind her to stay put, then slowly approaches us.
A wise decision. Whether you run or fight, you'll end up in the same place.
She wears her usual smile, which almost feels kindly in these circumstances. I search for the right words, trying to hide my fear so that Saint Germain won't know how scared I am. So you've come to ensure that I break the hara? Omnibus silently nods. Keep your end of the promise first. We defeated Guinevere as promised. Save him. Save Saint Germain.
So, you're putting him above all else? Ah, how brave.
She begins to speak with a touch of kindliness.
Saint Germain, this is my promise to her. I will allow you to continue living.
Wait. I don't want to be saved. If the cost is her life. It's not what I desire at all. I fought for her happiness.
Saint Germain tries to approach Omnibus.
Your desires have no place in our negotiation.
However, the other apostles seize Saint Germain and throw him to the ground, pinning him there.
Please, let me go. I said let me go.
Saint Germain has lost all of his usual grace at this moment, but it's Saint Germain's desperation that removes any fear from my heart. Saint Germain, thank you. I would happily die for you. My trembling has ceased, and I'm able to smile naturally. That I was even capable of having emotion to return your love. That by itself makes me so happy. I can say with complete confidence that I'm not a monster or a doll. I'm a human being, able to love another person.
Miss Aidrac.
As soon as I finish speaking, Omnibus carefully places her hand over Saint Germain. Saint Germain's body glows faintly, and his wounds begin to disappear, one by one.
Saint Germain, thank her. I have just given you another life. However, you are leaving Idea, so this life has its limits. I will allow you to keep your healing and regenerative powers. Live your limited life to its fullest to repay her generosity.
Omnibus glances at Saint Germain as the apostles release him. Then she hands me a beautifully ornate dagger. It's a strange knife with a blade that gives off a faint white glow.
Here, the heart, and everything will end.
All right. I look over at Saint Germain in an attempt to bid him farewell, but he simply looks down limply. His silence hurts a little, but I sigh, then hold the dagger out in front of me. I point the blade at the Goodbye. Thank you. And I love you, Saint Germain. I pull the dagger towards me without hesitation. However, blood drips onto the ground, but it's not mine. Saint Germain, why? The blood is running from Saint Germain's hand from where he grabbed the dagger's blade.
I don't know what's right anymore. To atone for the crimes I've committed, or what justice is. What I am myself. I don't know anything anymore. But there is one thing that is unmistakably clear. No matter what I do, or what happens, I don't want to lose you.
His hand continues to bleed. The vivid scarlet shocks me, and I accidentally drop the dagger. It falls to the ground. What happens next is what I would expect. The apostles surround us instantly.
I see. Then I suppose the only way is for us to do the deed for you.
Please, wait. Please don't kill her.
Our terms were non-negotiable.
Oh, CG again.
Please give me more time.
He cries desperately.
I swear I'll find a way for her to live without the holiday. I wouldn't be too late to break the holiday after that.
Please?
Please don't take her from me. Please.
He is begging. His usual calm, collected demeanor is nowhere to be seen. This is the first time I've ever seen Saint Germain so desperate.
Please don't take her from me. I finally found someone I care deeply for. She's my purpose for leaving. Leaving? Fuck!
Leaving. I mean, leaving idea. Eh?
That's true. That's true. Please, Omnibus.
Tears stream down his cheeks. Omnibus stares intently at him. I'm the luckiest person in the world to be loved so deeply by someone. I'm about to stop Saint Germain to tell him that he doesn't have to do this.
Fuck.
I'd like to ask you as well, Omnibus.
Her voice is quiet but clear. I look over to see a beautiful woman in armor, with her helmet off. Guinevere. The sorrow in her expression. It makes it hard to believe that this is the same person who had so viciously been fighting Saint Germain earlier. Her eyes, colored with sadness, fall onto me.
Your predictions have always been the truth. They are the only thing that can guide humanity. But she shattered your prediction. I feel that she alone has a right to reject your prophecies.
Omnibus neither agrees nor disagrees and closes her eyes. Then she sighs, deeply and slowly.
Aidrac, allow me to thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. What do you want to do?
What do I want?
I want to
There's-
go to Disneyland.
I want to go to
I can
Disneyland.
arrange that if you'd like.
Oh my gosh. There's no question about it. I am going to Disneyland.
You are.
No question. But if I tell her, will she already know what will become of my desires? I want I can die for him. That's the truth. But I know somewhere in my mind that this will not lead to his happiness. If he and I both love each other the same amount, just as my happiness is his happiness. His happiness. I feel that my voice may be too soft, but the soft voice seems to wake something within my heart. Live. Putting it into words makes an undeniable hope. I look straight at Omnibus. Strangely, her all-seeing gaze doesn't frighten me right now. I don't care what lies ahead of us. I want to live. I want to live along with Saint Germain. I answer her with total honesty. Omnibus narrows her eyes. She seems like she's remembering something from the distant past.
Why don't you try it?
Her voice sounds far away. It doesn't feel like my wish has been granted.
Do whatever you can to find a way for you to live without the ha.
Are you sure? I timidly ask her.
We'll lose even more apostles if we have to go up against both Guinevere and Saint Germain.
I am number one.
It would be impractical for Idea to have to deal with further losses.
While her words seem to be imply cold calculation, I sense a different sort of emotion emanating from her.
But if you ultimately find that it is impossible to destroy the ha, I will come after you once again. I take it you're prepared to face that?
Although I hesitate, I gently take Saint Germain's hand. At first, my grip is weak, but my hands hold him tighter and tighter as I savor this newfound hope.
I forgot to put the glove back on.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh dear.
Oh my god, hand holding, that's so rude.
you could just say... It's too hot that it's burning his hand off.
My
I
old
know.
sensibilities.
We both see the same light in each other's eyes.
What will the two of you bring forth into this world besides the smoking of Saint Germain's hand? London, are you alright, London dear?
As long as she ain't touching the ground.
Okay, well, for now, I'll watch you from a distance.
Oh.
Bye!
After she says this, Omnibus becomes a blur, no longer clearly visible.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
There she goes! And then she just... she melts...
suckers!
Always watching.
Always watching.
Then she melts into the darkness and disappears. But always watching.
Always.
Wazowski.
Oh. There they go!
You'll never understand.
The other
You
apostles...
never will.
The other apostles become blurs as well and vanish into the darkness.
Chaos.
Then... Chaos.
Control.
Even Guinevere, who had remained until the end, slowly begins to disappear. Guinevere, thank you for helping us.
Later, skaters.
Alright.
Okay.
It's funny that I would say this now, after trying to kill you, but...
I mean, that's the theme of this whole route, isn't it?
I feel the same way as Omnibus. It's like a part of me would be saved if the two of you can find happiness.
Oh.
Later, skaters, for realsies.
And then she vanishes as well. The two of us are left alone on Tower Bridge. With Impy. He's here too.
Hey guys,
They're just staring like, whoa. That's
I want some sandwiches.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Impy, shush. It's fine.
Okay.
Eat your Sammy.
Okay.
I can see the sun rising along the horizon. We look at one another and I notice something. I hastily pick up my gloves. Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh my god! I hastily pick up my gloves and put them on. His hand was burning that entire time.
Oh, it wasn't
Then-
a bit.
Or was it?
Then
What?
Saint Germain smiles and gently pulls me towards him. His hand is a skeleton's hand now. The rising sun is quick to chase the darkness away, giving us light. The sun brings with it a new day for London.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. we lean against each other, feeling one another's presence ever more strongly as we stand in the morning light.
How proper of you to pick up your gloves.
I didn't want to get carried away in my happiness and accidentally melt you. One hand's already bad enough. Is that funny?
No. I'm just happy. Happy that I'm able to feel so close to you right now, in this moment. In all the thousands of years I've lived, I've never experienced a morning as wonderful as this. This is how I want to live from now on, with you by my side. I want to see many beautiful things with you. I want to see where our paths take us, walking alongside you. With you, my beloved, together forever. Amen.
Amen. His words are filled with warmth. He probably has a smile on his face right now. Not the mysterious dark smile from when we first met, but a smile warm as the rising sun and overflowing with joy. Impy's there too.
He's just watching popcorn. Hey guys, I invented popcorn.
Whoa! Yep. All right, we finished it.
Hey.
Yay!
That was a
We did
really
it.
good end. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Is there like a whole video? I forgot. But yeah, that was the end of the Saint Germain route. What was your onions about this, guys?
It was a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yup. That's the best.
Yeah. Saint Germain's route is like the weirdest one out of all of them.
Yeah, for sure.
A
Which is-
wild ride.
It is a wild roller coaster ride. And
Yeah.
like it's not like any of the other routes too, so like I was
Oh,
nervous when that
Yeah.
one came up because I'm like, this is a weird one. Oh shit.
it had really weird vibes at the beginning. I'm just.
I mean, yeah.
It ended really strong, at least.
Like it has
Yeah.
a very weird opening, but that like ends really good.
Mm-hmm.
But
Agreed.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, we ain't getting copyright strike today.
Oh
oh,
shit!
right.
Is there
Fade
something
to
else?
white.
Fading to white.
Oh,
Oh.
Omnibus?
Slowly moving her wheelchair, she carefully prunes the trees in her garden with her shears. She makes the rounds in her garden in a leisurely manner, unconcerned with time. Omnibus decided that her trees are in order and nods in satisfaction.
That should do it.
A slight breeze sets off a gentle whisper along the treetops. The birds contribute their unchanging song to this uneventful afternoon. This place will never change. There is no night, no rainfall. This moment, an early spring afternoon, will remain forever unless she allows it to change.
So,
She lets a small sigh escape her. Just like this place, she had thought that her own way of thinking would never change as well. However,
strange.
her heart, which has never wavered for several millennia, has been moved.
I suppose those two have had an impact on me.
Guinevere had asked her a question the other day. Why did she let the two of them live? She could have broken her promise and killed the both of them. Omnibus repeats the answer she gave to Guinevere, speaking only to herself now.
Just reminded of the past. A past long, long ago. Promise, my love.
At some time in the distant past, she had been in love with a train,
So handsome.
even though he had been punished by God because of her.
Oh, you turned into Thomas!
It vanished from an eternal paradise and turned into Thomas. He still loved her on all those tracks winding across England. The tracks that went everywhere. In the countless years of her life, that was the only time that she had loved.
Somehow he always finds me on those tracks.
A woman whose very existence is sin, and the man who loved her despite that. And despite being a train. Perhaps she saw something of her past love reflected in those two. Just like Guinevere. Omnibus remembers Home Along on a Friday night. Just remember what had transpired and smiles to herself. She was actually happy that her prediction had not come true. Because she had been leading humanity for so long, she knows better than anyone else. No matter how hard Idea struggles, humanity will eventually come to ruins, never achieving salvation. But even this prediction of destruction might be false. Just as those two overturned what had been predicted for them. A peaceful afternoon, eternally unchanging. A slight breeze sets off a gentle whisper along the tree tops. The birds contribute their unchanging sound to this uneventful afternoon. But something has changed. Just slightly. There's train tracks in the way. The heart of one who resides here.
Haha.
She smiles, then begins pruning the trees once more. She thinks about where those two might be traveling right now.
Disneyland.
We're going to Disneyland. This doesn't look like Disneyland Saint Germain. I feel like
well, it hasn't been invented yet.
Then where are we going? I feel the gentle breeze carries with it the sound of laughter, and stop to listen. It's early afternoon with a comfortable breeze blowing. The soft sunlight paints the field of grass with its peaceful rays.
What is it, Miss Aidrac? We've walked a long way today. Shall we take a break?
Oh no, I think I could still walk for a while, but where are we going exactly? I'm sure we can stop to eat soon. That would be a good chance to rest our feet.
Impy crawling up the road.
He's in his box, in the cardboard box.
Yeah. I answer his question, then take in the sights around me. It's already been over
walk
6
so fast now.
Impy scuttles along. It's already been over 6 months since the intense battle with Guinevere. Saint Germain and I have been traveling the world, leading a sort of nomadic life. We promised Omnibus back then that we'd find a way for me to live without the whole. We must go around to different regions in order to gather the knowledge of alchemy needed to do so. Oh, Saint Germain, how about we rest in the shade of that tree?
That shade would probably be nice and cool. Why don't we have a light snack there? Impy's special.
Did you say food? I have food.
Saint Germain smiles at me as I take a seat. The smiles that I've been on his face are so different from what they used to be. They are real, peaceful smiles that come from the bottom of his heart. Just looking at his face fills my heart with a warm feeling. I want to continue traveling forever alongside the smile. It's true. Right now, I think I'm genuinely enjoying this journey with Saint Germain and Impy. I mean, when we first set off, I did cause a lot of trouble for him. Not just Saint Germain, Impy too. Yeah. When I declared I would be going on a journey, Lupin and the others were all very concerned. Like, really concerned. The source of their worry wasn't that I was leaving, but I was leaving with Saint Germain.
Valid.
Yep.
So why Impy came along.
You're going over to Saint Germain? Are you serious?
Counts. Looking back on all you've done, it isn't exactly easy to trust you.
I heard that you had good reason to try to kill her. But still.
Who doesn't have good reason to try to kill her?
It was absolutely not a good reason.
It was not. The reactions were expected, considering everything that had happened with the whole the murder mansion thing. That day, when we told everyone that we would be leaving on a journey together, Lupin and the others were all unanimously vocal about their disapproval. Saint Germain apologized to them all, and I tried my best to smooth things over, but it still took some time before everyone was convinced.
You're going on a honeymoon? I'm so jealous. I think I'm just gonna come with you guys, okay?
Of course, you can come with us anytime.
Oh, thanks so much, guys.
Limpy was the only one who was supportive, in his own way. Now get in the box, Impy. Ellipses. The wind makes me leave. The leaves above us rustle.
Whisper.
The gentle light flickering through them creates an uneven shadows all over us.
London?
It's already been a month since we were last in London.
I miss you.
Oh, I can sometimes hear his voice. Just whispering.
Gay homosexual.
Like a sign. Some kind of sign through the trees. I don't know what it means, though. Lupin and Impy said that they would be going to Wales, right? I mean...
Actually, I'm right here.
I mean, Impy said that, but...
I'm meeting Lupin there.
Yes. If all has gone well, they should have finished things up by now, and we'll be back in London. But knowing those two, especially the one behind us, I think that they've gotten themselves into some sort of trouble.
Huh.
Sainty G.
That's definitely a possibility. Isn't that right, Impy?
It sure is. We better start running.
It's in times like these that we always start talking about our friends. I heard that Victor opened a clinic. I wondered how that's going.
He's friendly and well-liked by people. I'm sure he's doing fine, especially because he doesn't have stairs on his way to his clinic.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, guys, I know I'm out of shape, but that was really rude.
We munch on our Sammies as we reminisce about the past. What kind of Sammies they are, we don't know. We spent
They're
a lot
edible. That's all you need to know.
They sure are edible.
Some are made by aidrac.
I did a good job. Some of the guys, some of the mayonnaise is inside the bread.
Are you serious?
Only some of them, but I managed it.
How did you make mayonnaise stuffed bread?
Wow.
I
You're such a genius inventor. Oh my god.
I'm making a revolution in the kitchen. We spent a lot of time together, but with the departure of Saint Germain and myself, everyone else has started down their own path. As I just said, Lupin and, I guess, Impy have remained based out of London, but go to the east and west in search of something. Victor has opened an affordable clinic in the poorest part of London, at the bottom of the stairs. As for the other two that remain, Van Helsing and Delhi, well, I'm not sure how it happened, but the two of them are going around finding surviving vampires and bringing them to safety. The Destroyer and the Destroyed. I don't know what Van Helsing or Delhi discussed, or what conclusions they arrived at. I hope that the two of them are doing well, and I gulp down the rest of my Sammy. 2 more months until we can see everyone else again.
Do you miss them?
I do.
Of course! I do too, Impy. We've all started going our separate ways. But every once in a while, we try and meet up at Saint Germain's mansion. Our next reunion will be in 2 months. I can't wait until then. I glance over at Saint Germain, thinking that he must be feeling the same way, but...
I see. So you're not happy to be traveling with me?
What? What? That's not true. I love traveling with you too. And Impy.
Sue, you say?
He likes me better.
He laughs jokingly, but his heart doesn't seem to be in it. Having spent so much time with him, I'm now able to tell what Saint Germain is thinking within the subtle changes in his face. His micro-expressions, if you will. The face he's making now probably means that he's a little upset.
It's nice to talk about everyone. But it doesn't sit right with me that they make you forget about your lover, who is sitting right in front of you.
And Impy.
Guys. Well, do you,
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm right here.
Saint Germain, Impy's right here.
I'm right here, guys.
He
front of my
smiles and gently
salad?
nudges right in front of
front
his
of my
salad.
sandwich.
Then gently nudges me with his shoulder and puts an arm around my waist. Okay. Okay, I see a hint of something in his eyes, telling me that he's sulking a bit. His closed eyes.
Oh, not for long.
Ugh.
Every time I feel this way, I begin to think the same thing.
Oh,
Oh
God.
no.
I wish you would be thinking of me, and only me.
And me.
The yandere is coming back out. Put that away. Put that away, boy. Put that away.
But I might as well just take you away and lock you up, so that I can always
Okay.
have you by my side.
All right, Aidrac, we're going now. We're going. Okay, come on, come on.
I hate it.
What he says makes me smile.
Aidrac, please.
There's no need for you to do that. This isn't amnesia memories.
It really isn't.
Oh my god. Really?
Because I'll never leave your side again.
Aidrac.
I already belong to you, just like you belong to me. Saint Germain gives a small sigh of relief at my words.
Then please provide it to me. What?
Huh? At that moment,
What?
Trying to
I'm
melt
melting
his mouth.
off.
the face is melted off. Up. His face is melting off right now. Something brushes against my lips just for an instant. And then he dies. Oh shit.
Oh.
It's soft and gentle.
Sir.
Much like before I touched Saint Germain's cheek before, but even warmer. His face is melting off. But the sensation goes away before I can fully understand what exactly happened. What?
Oh? Was that not satisfying?
The bottom of your face is just gone.
ATG, how can you what you know?
That's not the point. Did you just...
Yes, I did. I just kissed you.
Ew! Why would you do that? My body still has the poison.
Again, I'm right here.
You're right. It was only for an instant, but my lips are stinging.
Right in front of Impy? I can't believe that Saint Germain acts like this wasn't a big deal. Still thrown off by the sensation that remains on my lips, I stare at Saint Germain as he slowly whispers to me.
This is something that neither Impy, nor Van Helsing, nor Victor, and not even Lupin could do, especially Impy, isn't it?
Excuse me?
Really? Right in front of Impy?
Dude.
Okay.
I'm the only one who can do this, unless you
Okay.
choose someone else down the road.
Hey Impy, wanna go to the moon?
Oh my god, please.
I alone, unless you make that choice, am the only person in this world you can kiss.
I mean, you were saying some yandere shit
Aidrac,
2 seconds
do you
ago.
wanna, load an old save file by any chance?
I'm thinking it. Maybe. Ellipses. I touch my lips and find they're unbearably warm. But Saint Germain just smiles and begins speaking with a devilish smile.
I want to kiss you without end. I want to kiss you deeply upon the lips.
No thank you. Ew.
Like this.
That's
Dude,
cooties, dude.
Your face.
Dude, your face.
He gently leans towards my face. No. I nearly swept away as the temptation to let it happen is difficult to resist, but I lean away flustered. Save that for after the poison's gone.
We'll wait until after
Wow.
poison.
Oh yeah. I keep my distance, breathing heavily, and Saint Germain looks adorably disappointed.
So our real kiss will have to wait until our journey is over and the poison is removed.
Yes, you dumbass.
Yes.
Dude, your face is still half off.
Yeah, like, do you want your face
It's
to be
kinda-
gone?
It's really gnarly.
You're gonna give me PTSD from making out.
I suppose I'll have to adopt a different mindset for the rest of this journey.
What the fuck?
What?
What the fuck?
What?
What the fuck?
I don't even know that, and I voice him.
It's not something worth changing your entire worldview over.
Sky.
I sigh and slowly look up at the sky. I take some deep breaths to calm myself down. Thinking about the moon. The moon's just over there.
Moon.
I notice that Saint Germain is looking up at the sky as well through narrowed eyes.
You're not invited, Saint E.G. I'm sorry.
I've looked up at the sky time and time again over the past few years. I've always felt that this expansive sky and the shining stars would never change, no matter how much time passes. However, it seems I was wrong. Look, it's all blue, and at the night, it was black. There's nothing in this world that is permanently unchanging.
Wow. You just never thought it changed? Like at all?
No?
Buddy.
Even the sky and the stars themselves, they change nonetheless, however slowly.
Saint Germain smiles slowly as he looks up at the night sky, which is still too light to make out any stars.
But if I were to name one exception...
Oh, back up, boy. He turns to me and brings his face close to mine. Back up.
It would be my love for you. I have no intention of ever changing that, no matter how many thousands of years pass us by.
Sure.
Hmm.
I love you, aidrac.
Fatal white.
Thanks. Someday, when the poison has disappeared from my body, I'm going to give him as many kisses as I can. Sure.
That's nice.
Okay, more kisses than the number of stars Saint Germain has seen up in all the times he has looked up at the sky alone, over and over.
That is a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot.
Aidrac really... Okay, yep. Alright, the ex...
God.
Okay.
Real credits?
Oh, yeah. Because
Oh, yeah.
every route you do unlocks, like... It slowly unlocks Lupin's route.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Ooh.
But yeah, that's it. Ooh, better route.
That's sweet ending, though.
That very sweet ending.
That very
I'm glad
sweet,
MP was
poignant
there.
ending.
I'm glad Impy was there too.
Yeah.
Impy made it better.
Stapled Impy to the side of the route.
Yeah.
Does that mean Saint Germain comes on Impy's route?
No,
No.
he's not allowed.
He's not allowed. There's only room for two in that one.
There's only room for two.
Only two. Only two.
Because they're taking the one copter, or the orthopedic
The
copter.
ornithopter.
The orthopedics.
Yes. Taking the
Yeah.
orthopedic
We're going to the
to the moon.
orthodontist. Actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, we finished Code Realize route. How are you guys feeling now
Yay!
after that ending scene?
You know,
I
I
can't
don't
wait
really
to
know.
play a tsundere.
Yep.
oh
Yeah,
my god, I'm
so
so excited.
yeah. Okay, so
excited.
yeah, we finished Code Realize today, but you might be thinking, what the fuck are we doing next week? So
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
yeah. So next week we're going to be starting a different Otome game. It's going to be the same kind of format where we're just going to be doing chat choice, going to be random. We don't know what route we're going to be on, but we're going to be playing Cafe Enchanté, which is a Otome game that was written by the same writers as Code Realize. So it's going to be great. And also the protagonist name has already been decided. So the character I will be playing is Two Milk. So,
Two milk.
Two Milk.
Two milk.
Wow.
So, you guys have to practice saying that romantically.
oh, we've been
Two
friends.
milk.
Yeah.
Two milk.
Two milk.
I know it's like, it's very hard to top aidrac, but Two Milk is the peak, I think.
By the way, is your name actually Cardia? And then that's the end.
Wow. How'd you know? I've been going by an alias this whole time.
I just saw
That
your
was
name
the
tag
one
on the mirror.
lie.
Yeah, the lie was actually like, this isn't my real name. It's Cardia.
What?
It's called a hologram.
Yeah.
Hologium.
You know what's really funny? Because I played Lupin, I didn't get to say it after the opening chapter.
Yeah.
I didn't have to say it
So
at all.
lucky.
Oh.
Oh my
I was like
god.
sitting there
Maybe
going,
one
wait.
day we'll like. Maybe we could make it an annual thing, and then like 4 years from now we'll do the Lupin route.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love that.
I was actually thinking
Totally
that like
down.
if like I don't have anything prepared, like after we finish Cafe Enchante, we might come back here to do a different route.
I would love
Yeah.
to do more routes.
Then to get like a good impression.
Also,
I-
I like how we started this, and you said you probably won't voice Saint Germain too much, like at the beginning, but you'll have like Van Helsing.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a
And then
fucking
follow
lie.
this route.
Yeah, that was a fucking lie, by the way.
And then the route happens.
Yeah.
See, okay, my favorite thing ever in the common route is Van Helsing into Saint Germain dialogue, literally every scene.
Yeah. Like that was completely unintentional too, because well, I mentioned this like before we started streaming, but I originally had 1010 voicing Saint Germain and Lupin, but then I remembered, oh shit, Lupin actually has a lot of lines in Saint Germain's route. I can't have him voice both, so I was like, oh, I'll just give it to Matcha. That won't be an issue.
No.
It was an issue.
What are you talking about today, Saint TG? What I talk about every day. Having, I don't know, the stars.
The stars.
The
The stars.
It's Helsing and Saint G. It's
Oh my
Helsing and
God.
Saint G.
Perfect. That's exactly how it played out.
I'll have to workshop it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like at some point in the future we'll just come back and instead of like doing the whole thing, we'll just like do a route. So
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
yeah,
The
so
best thing about Cafe Enchante is that it's not localized great.
Ah,
Oh,
so
and
we're
yes.
gonna read mistakes?
yeah, we are gonna read
Um,
a ton of mistakes.
I'm so
It's
ready
gonna
for
be
this.
delightful.
So excited.
It was delightful because I played a route just to kind of get a feel for how it would be, and y'all, there's so many.
Excellent.
There's so many. We're gonna have so much fun with it.
Yeah.
It's a typical
Amazing.
Axis localization for Otome games.
Yes.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's gonna be great. But anyway, we should probably go off for the night. So yeah, actually, I need to figure out who we're gonna raid. I spoke too soon. I need to figure that out. But yeah, I'm probably gonna post something about that tomorrow about Cafe Enchante stuff. Like the little preview of like, hey, we're doing this shit.
Ah, heck yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Who's online? We're gonna raid Vaughn IXI. They're playing Dead by Daylight, so we'll do that.
Yay.
I always call it Dead by Deadlight.
Dead by
Deadlight.
Deadlight. We are gonna be raiding someone playing Dead by Deadlight.
Cool.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's it for Code Realize. See you next week for Cafe Enchante. Again, thank you everyone here for agreeing to voice this with me. I really, really enjoyed this, and I really appreciate you guys taking your time to do this.
It is so fun.
I
Highlight of the week.
Yeah.
Voicing London
Yeah.
is great.
Yeah, I think London was the highlight of yours. Okay. Anyway, see you guys later. I'm gonna throw up stream end and we're gonna head over to Vaughn's stream. So hang tight, guys. See you guys next week. Everyone say bye.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Hey.
And look out for yonder.